pay-per-view. He has an invitational win.
Yep.
So there's no doubt that he can get this done. It's just going to be an issue of effort. But Brad, Todd, I think a lot of players have flipped a switch in November and December are going to be on the grind.
It's game number 3, you see, on Anderson's side. He has a Brain Mag in play, along with an Elvish Mystic, Sylvan Caryatid, and a couple of lands on Gossett's side. Tranquil Cove, a Plains, and then a favorite Hoplite with a counter on it, so it's 2-3.
A lot of the elements of Ian's list seem pretty similar to what Brad brought to the table as well.
Yeah, looks very, very similar. You know, there are only a couple of ways I think you can build the deck, but, I mean, even the one-ofs are dead on. I mean, I see an Aqueous Form, the Ordeal, the Singing Bell Strike. Yeah, so this is
2 feet of resistance for God's Willing.
Yeah, this is very close. Might be
the mana's the same?
Yeah.
I mean, this looks...
Now, Tom did write about this deck.
Sure.
So that might be the reason that you see this here. There's an Aqueous Form targeting the favorite Hoplite, getting in the red zone now with the Scry, and of course it can't be blocked. We'll see if Anderson does have some sort of instant speed answer to this.
One of the tougher cards for green devotion strategies to play out of Heroic list is Aqueous Forms, because most of their way to interact with creatures is blocking, not a lot of removal.
Anderson gonna untap. He's at 13, time to draw. Don't have a great look at the grip. You can't see the forest. He's going to sacrifice the Flooded Strand, go down to 12, search up the land. It is a forest. We'll see what he's up to here in just a moment.
2 copies of Windswept Thief in this list, not doing any mana fixing, just trying to give himself a shuffle with Courser.
Ah, the Queen.
I mean, the Queen's not bad, but this is not what Todd needs.
Yeah, it's not great. I mean, it does provide a clock, as you mentioned. It's not bad. And normally it would stop the opponent from doing anything, but that's not the case. Aqueous Form, a very powerful card in these Heroic decks. Gossett going to untap. He only got 2 lands in play, but he is building a monster, and it's an unblockable one. He will draw a card here.
And Todd right now on a 4-turn clock, but that's likely to speed up if Ian has anything at all.
Chances are. No, Todd's clock is pretty good.
It's not bad. He's probably looking at about 3 turns himself.
Flooded Strand going to knock Gossett down to 16. We'll see if it'll be an island or a plains here in just a moment.
But assuming Todd has no disruption, no way to break up Aqueous Form or kill the Hoplite, I believe Ian is favored in this game. But we shall see.
So 3 mana available here for Gossett. See how he wants to move forward. Is it time to make the favorite Hoplite a little bit larger, or does he have other ideas?
Well, this deck doesn't give him a lot of play. It kind of is what it is, you know?
Especially given the situation. Looks like he is slowly but surely going to be attacking. There is your Scry. Top card's going to go to the bottom. It'll be an attack for 3. Anderson's going to go down to 9. There's a Hero of Iroas. This is a Singing Bell Strike on the Hornet Queen. Of course, only costing 1 mana because of the hero. Anderson will untap. Will draw. Reclamation Sage is actually in his hand right now.
Yep.
Timely.
Huge card for Todd.
He's going to go reaching for some bees here, it looks like. How many will he attack with is the question. Looks like the answer is just 3.
Surprised to see Ian use a Singing Bell Strike here on the Hornet Queen. It must mean his mana's really tied up.
There's your Reclamation Sage. That takes care of the Aqueous Form. Greymat, of course, has our deal of Thassa. Don't have a great look at Anderson's last card. Okay, it's a copy of Sylvan Caryatid. He's empty-handed as he does pass the turn back. You do see 1 Hornet back on blocking duty. Of course, those things do have Death Touch, so good blockers.
Yep. And Todd needs to respect the possibility of Ian killing him from this spot, so has to hang back on defense to some extent.
3 mana. Helios Pilgrim. It's time to tutor. Get the other copy of Aqueous Form. First one was so good. How about another?
Yep. I mean, this is going to be a shot to win the game here.
Todd will draw. It's a forest. That's not all that helpful. Might actually have to consider untapping that Hornet Queen, paying the 6 mana.
It's got nothing else to do with the mana, so.
Yeah. It's not pretty.
So, my critique earlier of Ian using the Singing Bell Strike, this is actually a big deal here because Todd only has 6 points in the air if he's untapping, which means this is a 3-turn clock that Todd has, as opposed to a 2-turn clock. So Ian's use there turned out to be excellent.
Might also stem from not attacking with that Hornet last turn.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, I think that I think he needs to lead back on defense.
I think he needs to lead back, but he's got plenty of ground creatures just to kind of throw away.
That's true. Maybe Todd's supposed to get in one more because now it's a full turn.
Yeah.
And Todd's got no action. Yeah, I guess he had spare Caryatids and things he could have thrown away. You are correct.
It's on the hoplite. Gossett considering attacking, and now he will trigger the Scry. God's Willing is the card that he's looking at. Not great, actually, in this situation, simply because there are 2 colors of creatures in play.
Yeah.
Brain Maggot is black, of course. Everything else is green, but it looks like he's going to leave it on top. What's the follow-up going to be? A Seeker of the Way. That can gain some life, as Anderson will untap. He's at 5, Gossett's at 7. The Hornet Queen's going to stay tapped. It's time to draw a card. That's a spell.
Yeah, I mean, Todd, the hesitation here.
I think it might be Pelucranos.
Well, I don't think Pelucranos is much help. Because if he's casting Pelucranos, he's doing it in lieu of untapping the Hornet Queen. I think leaving the God's Willing on top of the deck is fine, assuming that Ian does not have anything in his hand to trigger Heroic. He just needs a spell to put lethal together.
Yeah. I'm just trying to figure out exactly how can I get that last point of damage through. There are 3 blockers on the ground. Anderson has 3 attackers on the ground.
It's really interesting. It looks like this game's going to come down to the Hornet Queen not shipping that turn.
Yeah.
Or the Hornet token, rather.
Or the Hornet token. I mean, either one. It looks like it may come down to just that one missed attack.
Yeah, 3 eligible blockers on Todd's side on the ground versus 3 eligible defenders on Ian's side.
There's Pelucranos. And oddly enough, even Pelucranos, if it was to come down and activate Monstrosity, for one, it can't clear anything out of the way.
Exactly.
Yeah,
even if Todd could, I guess he can make some inroads on the board here, but that still does not open up a lethal attack.
Let's get that out of the way. Here's an attack for 4 in the air. Gossett's going to go down to 3. Anderson says, I hope he's not dead this turn. We know he's drawing God's Willing. That's a quick untap, so there's that. See exactly what's happening here. There's a copy of God's Willing. That's going to do it. Ian Gossett's going to win this match here over Todd Anderson. 2-1. Blue-White Heroic will take down Green-Black Devotion for Gossett. He's on to 3-0. And for Todd, who is chasing Open Series points, down to 2-1.
Great play there from Ian.
Yeah.
I was impressed with how he navigated that game. I was sort of instinctually just the Singing Bell Strike play did not look good to me. But the way the damage race worked out, it was perfect. Gave him an extra turn.